Hobbies on Hyperfocus. My name is Pam. My pronouns are she, her, and I live in Saskatchewan. I live on Treaty 6 territory in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. And this is my Flosstube. Um, so Flosstube, if you don't know, if you've never seen a Flosstube before, a Flosstube is generally a YouTube channel that is dedicated to cross stitch or other forms of needlework. I don't know if there is other forms of needlework that are, most of the ones I see are usually cross stitch. I have been a cross stitcher for probably 30 years, since I was about 15, 16. I'm 50 now, and this is going on year 2 of my Flosstube journey. Sorry, I keep bumping the thing. So it's December 29th. Yeah, December 29th. We have the altar here in the background. I don't know what my kids put on there. We have candles lit. We have the projects from last year that have been finished. The projects from this year that I've been working on. I've got a tarot card, and let's get started. And usually I start with my tarot card. I pull a tarot card every year, or every day at the beginning of the day. This is the Cat Tarot from, sorry, I cannot see because I'm old. It doesn't say who the designer is. But this is the Cat Tarot. So it's the 7 of Treats. And it is, let me just read the book because I will forget what I'm talking about if I don't. It's technically pentacles, but they're treats. If you can see the little kitty cat treat ball. And it says, "Clever you. Not everyone can wrangle the treat out of the cat toy, but you're one of the smart ones. Your commitment to your vision and your singular focus means rewards are coming your way, bringing tremendous satisfaction. Things may seem a bit tedious right now. It happens with anything worth pursuing, but just keep moving forward. It will pay off." So that is our cat of the day, the 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Treats. I have been focusing mostly on going towards my project management certifications. So I have, the last couple months, been trying to dedicate myself to getting that done, that and Excel. So I'm hoping this is a good sign for the year to come. Okay. So what we're here to talk about is cross stitch. And usually at this time of the year, everyone does their whip parades and their finish parades. So I've decided I'm going to do that because why not? So I've got my Notion. I'm struggling with my Notion right now because I missed something somewhere, and hopefully I can get somebody to help me figure it out. Nati, who is the designer of the template, I'm emailing her and we're trying to get this figured out because I apparently did it wrong. Okay, so I'm going to start with my finishes, my finish parade. So we'll start with the ones that I finished first, if I have them. There are some that I don't have anymore. I've given them away or whatever. And so on the 20th of January 2024, I finished My Little Brown Bat by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is on Oaken linen by Picture This Plus, 24 or 40 count. And I just pulled, I didn't use the, I used DMC mostly, but I had some of this, I think this might be Cottage Garden thread, and anything that was similar that I pulled from Stash. There might be some Weeks Dye Works. I generally don't buy Weeks Dye Works anymore, but if I had it, I used it. Sorry, I didn't iron anything. So this was the first one I finished. I had started it October 21st. I should probably do a thing in my Notion, if I can figure it out, to count how many days in between that is. I can do it in Excel, I can't do it in Notion. So this is the second piece that I have on this linen. The first was my beaver from the same series. I've also finished the fox, which also on blue, or on 40 count Picture This Plus. I don't remember what this one's called, but I have enough, enough space to put a second one. So I'm thinking of trying to get the reindeer, something else wintry. So those are that is the first one I finished. And I don't know, I just really like the bat. He's very cute. And like the leaves. Fall leaves are the things that draw me to them, because I really like the leaves. I think the color of the leaves is the same on both because I just use the same variegated flosses. So that's the first finish I did. Forest Path. I think I have a picture of it, so I will insert a picture here. Here, wherever there's space. I will put a picture in of where I was on the garden path. The garden path is a round robin, and this was my start on the round robin. And then I sent it to Trina, and they went from Trina to Megan and then to Rob, and it should be coming, or to Rob and then Trina, Rob, and then Megan, because Megan sends to me. And so it should be coming back now that the strike is over. I should be getting that back. So that was the first round robin I've done this year. Don't have it with me, but it's probably on its way back. The second thing I finished was black work. So it's really hard to show because it doesn't quite fit on my board. But this was the 2023 free black work stitch along by the threaded needle. Now I've done quite a few things now by the threaded needle. So this was the 2023 stitch along. There's 42 different hexagons in this. So it was a 42-week thing. Oh, and Nettie just texted or emailed, so maybe she knows what I did wrong. And you can see above me here, that was the 2023 advent calendar from the City Needle. I'm also starting two of these for 2024. So you will see them in the whip parade because I started one of them. The other one I haven't started because I'm lazy. I don't know. I just haven't started it yet. Oh, there's a string, a red string. So I chose to do mostly green, like a dark green, and then purple, and then just one row of yellow because those flowers looked yellow to me. So you can see each, like, it's all black work. This is done on a 28 count even weave, white even weave. So just the flowers. That one's my favorite one, the sunflowers. So I started that on December 22nd or December 24th of 2022, and I finished it on March 28th of 2024. So there was one more that I did before that. Sorry. I'm already out of order. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. So also on the same 28 count even weave. This was a pattern I got. Like, I need to wash this one because I got something sticky on it, but this is the Hope Sampler from Marumi Designs, and it was a donation pattern, so I donated to, I think it was Doctors Without Borders or UNRWA, or there was four of them. I started this pattern pretty much the minute I got it. So I started it on February 24th, and I worked almost on this one almost completely till the 16th of March. So this one, I just put 24 in there. So I know that, I don't need a cat. Thank you. So this is the Hope Sampler. Even if there is no hope, it is our duty to create it. Without hope, we are lost. I don't really, you can't see it here, but there's a cat right here sleeping on what I have now put down. So yes, I loved this one because I love writing of all kinds, and I don't know very much Arabic, but it looks very beautiful. So that was my fourth finish of 2024. I'm hoping to get that washed and put up in my office here, the craft room office. Okay, you need to move, Miss Kitten. Come on, come over here. Sit on the back. There we go. Sit there. You don't need to be on the projects. Okay, and then I had two secret stitching that I don't even think I took pictures of. Then the Reflections of Ireland, which was Megan's project, and I don't know if I took a picture of it. If I did, I'll put it in. This one I did really quickly. I started on April 8th and finished it on the 26th so that I could pass it on to Trina while we were all at Stitch North. So that was Megan's project for the same round robin as the Forest Path. And so I don't have that one. Tiger Lily is upstairs. She's framed. She's the only one that I have had framed this year. And I will try and put a picture of her up here. I started her April 15th, finished her May 18th, and then immediately took her to framing. She is a Nora Corbett small pixie. She's not that small. At the same time I was working on her, I was working on this. This is another Nora Corbett. This is the Sea Witch. And this, you can see all of the beading. She's quite heavy with beads. So I started her, this is I think it's a 32 count even weave. I don't know what the name of the fabric is. I should probably see if I wrote it down. No, let's see. Wait, open it. Here we go. Mystical, but I don't know. Probably Be Stitch Me. I think I got this from Kim, Crafty Teachers DIY. So I have this one, and I do have enough fabric to do a second one on the other side. So I might do another small. I really like the Fancy Ladies. There is a bit of controversy going around right now about the Miras and the Nora Corbetts, and yeah, I'm kind of disillusioned right now with Nora Corbett and her gatekeepy attitude, but I do have a lot of them that I've gotten in my in my stash, or that I've bought secondhand or traded with people. So I'll finish what I have, and I don't know. Oh, what happened? Did it stop? Oh, I don't think it's stopped. No, I just touched something and my screen went weird. Um, so I started her August 4th and finished her the day after I finished Tiger Lily, which was on the 19th of May. I would like to get her framed as well because she's really, really pretty. And I was kind of inspired to put her on a purple rather than, I think it was like a white or cream background that she was supposed to be on. And I was inspired to do that because I've seen Maggie from Kitschy Whips and Ali Z is Creative. Both did theirs or started theirs on a purple, and I thought it looks really, really pretty. So yeah, she was one of my favorites. I got her a really long time ago, and I decided this year was the year to finish her. I actually started her twice before. That's why it took me so long to do her, because she's actually a pretty easy stitch when you get going. And but I tried her on a green fabric that was really loose, like a wood chill, and I did not enjoy that, and I didn't like the colors on it, and so I transferred her. So I started it twice on two different kinds of green, and it did not. That was not the right fabric. The colors looked great. The loose weave of the fabric didn't work for me. I'm losing things. So I finally got her finished. So she's in the pile. In the pile. The pile. I don't know why I didn't put this one down. This one was the first block. This is the January block for the Stitch for Pride 2024. And I did not get very far on the Stitch for Pride. I know the other ones are upstairs somewhere. So I did January, February, and March. And then I did the reading and didn't do the rest. Also on the same even weave. Then after that one, I finished The Sun, which was a round robin. No, it was a swap that we did. So I swapped, my swap partner was Kim, not Kim, sorry, Amy Key Graham. And she had said that her favorite was The Sun. So I think I have a picture of it. Again, if I have a picture, I'll put it somewhere. I did not receive anything from the swap, so I don't have anything to show. As far as I know, the swap might still be open, so there might still be something coming. There might not be, but I enjoyed stitching that, and I did it. It was all DMC on, let's see if I can, I think it was just on antique white. So it was like a white fabric, and it was like a full coverage. So it didn't really matter what it was because that was a small full coverage. So that was The Sun, and then there was turquoise and teal, which, oh, I have it in my whips. This is not actually a whip. This is another round robin that I will be sending out this week. Sorry, Anna. So I'm sending to Anna, and we're doing a Carolyn Manning round robin. And so this again is the same even weave. I'm big on the 32 count even. This is a 32 count even weave, but I bought a whole bunch of this. So this is a 32 count even weave, all DMC, except for the white. I just decided that it was stupid to stitch white on white. So no white. So I passed to Anna, and then Anna passes to, I think her name is Erin, and then to Michelle. Chinook Crafter. And we were originally going to do this in like July, but we weren't ready. And then we got ready, and just as we got ready, the Canada Post strike happened. So this is passing. I'm passing to Anna. Anna Books and Stitches, and yeah, I'll do the back stitch when it's completed because it's I just really love it. This was my first Carolyn Manning design. So I had the Forest Path was my first time doing a ink circles. That was an ink circles. And then this is my first one for Carolyn Manning. And when I bought this, I bought like 6 other patterns. So I will probably, there's a lot of fabric on here. So if there's any left, I might do a small one here, but it is square. So that one I finished and I will be mailing off. I started it May 20th and finished it August 16th. And I don't know why I didn't put this one down. Oh, because I finished it last year. Oh, these ones were finished last year, sorry. Yeah, Halloween Fairy I finished December 30th, 31st last year. So technically last year, but on New Year's Eve I finished this one. So that was, and then the only other 2 that I finished are, oh, I finished this one. I have my whips and my finishes completely backwards. Okay, and this one is another finish. This is, sorry, I should iron things, but then I'd have to clean off the iron board and oh, it's a thing. So this was my 2023 temperature sal. So this is a climbing goat design, climbing goat UK design, and it's the Galaxy high-low version. So because the temperatures in my area vary so much, I've decided I always want to do the high and low. So you can tell where we start. We start here because it's January, and January in Saskatchewan is cold. It goes around February, March, and then April starts. When did April start? Oh, here. April. And then it goes around April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Now this one's October because it starts going cold here. Back to December. And I just finished it. It's all in DMC. I used 42 colors of DMC because where I live, it's a huge range. It can get from lower than -40 Celsius to about 40 Celsius above. So I had a 42 color range. Each color was like, if it was above 35 or below 40, it was one color. And then otherwise it was 2 degrees for each color. So that was finished. And I started it on January 1st of 2023, but I did not finish it until August 18th when I put on all the beads. And the beads actually glow in the dark. They're just glow in the dark beads. And then instead of putting like Saskatoon, I just like sort of stitched the province. And then that's kind of in the province where Saskatoon is. I have enough of this, which is Dying for Cross Stitch. I think it's called Chalk Floor. Let's see. Sorry, I have to keep opening this to find out. Carbon copy. It's 40 count, carbon copy, linen. So I have enough to do another project, but honest to God, my eyes can't do it. So if anyone wants a quarter of a yard or a piece of this, let me know and I will mail it to you. It's too much for my eyes. It's 40 count, it's dark, and so yeah, anyone wants some, go right ahead. The last one, I will put in again a picture that I finished. It was Blue Morpho but Make It Green, which was the last of the 4 round robin for the Ink Circles round robin. And that was Rob's. No. Why didn't I put down? So that was Rob's. Actually, I did finish Trina's afterwards. It's upstairs ready to mail. Again, I didn't mail it out before the strike, and now I can't get it because it's in the envelope sealed up, but it's Sunday and I'm not going to go to the post office today. I will go to the post office next week when I have the other one to mail off. So I have that one. I don't know if I have something else to mail off. I have now forgotten. I was sure I had 3 things, but I don't. But again, if anyone wants some carbon copy 40 count, hit me up and you can have it. I will mail it out. Okay, so those are that one. Blue Morpho I will put up, and I also the Journey. Half the Fun is the other one, and that was Trina's, and yeah, I finished that in November, and I don't know why I didn't note it down. I've been a little bit hit and miss with the Notion this week, so then I want to know which ones I'm working on. Sorry. In progress. So that's all the finishes that I have this year so far. And now we'll do what I'm working on, my whips. What I still have in progress. So the oldest whip, sorry, is the one I'm thinking of DNA, like just letting go because I don't know if I like it. I mean, I love the pattern, but again, we went through a period. We went through a period, and we seem to still be going through it for 40 count. And although I've kind of found something that works so that I can see, the darker 40 counts, I just can't. So we have variant of interest. Variant of interest, I decided to start apparently as a Halloween start. But this is 40 count, again, 40 count Nocturne with 3 colors of DMC, or 4 colors of DMC. So we have the light, 3 colors are 601, 602, and 603. The accent color for my bunnies is 3371. And then this little kitty here, which is Princess, who you saw before. She's just white, blanc. It's not even like, not even the B5200, it's just blanc. And I mean, I love it when I get it out, but 40 count is just, it's just not given. As my 12-year-old would say, it's not giving. So this is one that I might pass if anyone wants to take it on. If not, I will keep picking away at it, but I don't know. Because I bought the pattern as a PDF. It might not be something I can pass on. It might just be a UFO. So that one I started February 16th, 23, and the last time I did it was September 24th, 24. And the only problem that I have with it is that it's on 40 count, and depending on the light in my living room, I have a harder time seeing it. So there's that. The next is one that everyone's seen about a billion times, and this is Kidmil Felche. Kidmil Felche, of course, means 100,000 welcomes, and it's a common greeting in Ireland. So this I got from a magazine in the 90s, in the 80s. When I first started my cross-stitch journey when I was in high school. Actually, I think this one was from university. So I graduated university in 97. So it's somewhere in there. And I really love Irish culture and Gaeilge, which is the language of Ireland. And I always wanted to do this one. So I decided to do it. This is a restart. I started in 2023, 1/1 on the 28 count. The cat is in my desk. She's found a place and snuggled up. But I restarted it. I decided to do it on the same white, antique white, I think it's Witchelt. I don't know how you tell, but it's a very loose weave, so it works with this, but not my favorite fabric. It is a 32 count because I bought it to dye. I ordered it from I ordered it from the local knitting store because they were the only ones here in the city that actually will order linen for you. And so I ordered 2 yards, 2 meters of it. And then I realized it's a very, very loose weave and I don't enjoy the weave. So I probably won't dye it. Not immediately. But this is Kidmil Felche. It's all DMC. Once I'm done the stitching, every single thing in here needs to be backstitched in black. So this will take me a while. I'd like to get it mostly finished this year, so I can frame it and put it up in my living room. My living room is orange, so it'll match. It's mostly this color, so it'll work in my living room over my door. Yeah, this is one of my oldest patterns, and I got it in Just Cross Stitcher or something like that. And the designer is named Irene O'Thomas. And there is a crap ton of stitching that I didn't realize. If anyone ever tells you that they only get smalls out of cross stitch magazines, they're lying, because a lot of the ones I've done out of cross stitch magazines have been larger pieces. After that, I worked on, almost finished this one, which is the Mermaids of the Seasons Sal by Fiberlicious Yummy Fiber Co. and Dren of Bella Filipina. The only thing I have yet to do, I need a green Kreinik for this one, and then the beads. I need to get all the beads, and I need to get the more of this navy blue Kreinik. Getting Kreinik here has been much more difficult than I thought it would be, but I would like to get this one finished and framed. I just love the way that I will put up, if I can find it, the way that they reformatted this to when they decided to sell it. They have another one out, the Dark Sirens stitch along that I think is still ongoing. I did not jump on that because it came at a no buy time, and if it does come out as a pattern by Bella Filipina, I will probably buy it. I love mermaids, and I'm really enjoying Bella Filipina. You can see each. I did not manage, so I need the green or the blue for the spring to finish the frame. and then I need all the beads and the green. So it's really close to being done. And this is Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers Singing in the Rain. I think it's a 32 count because most of these, that's what they're at because that's what the beads fit on. So I started that one December 20th. I don't think I started it on December 22nd. I started it when we started it, like the first day that it came out. It might have been this December. Oh no, Mermaids of the Seasons. Spring Mermaid. Where's Spring? I started her September 21st, 2023. And then Winter Mermaid, I started December 22nd, 2023. Summer Mermaid, I started October 19th. And Autumn Mermaid, I started November 26th. Every month there was a pattern. And I tried to keep up with it, and I just couldn't. But you can see the one that actually got all the, that I had all the Krynics for. Winter Mermaid here. So now I just need the beads. I might have some of the beads. I do have quite a lot of beads from past projects. So I'm hoping I have some of them. They're really hard to get a hold of here in Saskatoon. So that's actually 4 patterns in my thing. But yeah. And we're on to, oops, I dropped my, here, I'll grab my other board. Alright, and then, just because we don't have enough Bellas, I'm really enjoying my Bella Filipinas. So, you can see the cat in the background again. This is the Crystal Mermaid Aquabella by Bella Filipina. She's a big, big mermaid. She's big. This is a 32 count. Dying for cross stitch. Let me check because I have this thing open here. Treasure, Dark Opalescent Treasure by Dying for Cross Stitch. DMC. I have not yet bought the Krynics. I think there's 6 metallics in this one and about 1.5 billion beads. So I started her, she's my first Bella that I started. And I started her July 13th, 2023, and I'm slowly working at her. I find that even with the controversy thing, I actually find Bella's, their patterns are easier to read because they're printed as sheets. Yes, you do have to like figure out between, this one has 7, I think, 7 letter size sheets, so like all this size. So it's printed. I tried to make it, sorry, I tried to scan it using my office scanner on super high, and I could not get it into Pattern Keeper or markup. So I'm just doing her off a working copy that I did, I photocopied her. But I find they're more detailed than the Mirabilias. I love Mirabilias. I love Bellas. I want to do a couple of these. I love the mermaids. I would like to do the Dark Sirens if it comes out, and the last time I did this one, oh, I need to get her out sooner. Last time October. I did a lot of work on her in October. This is the first time, this is my first Bella. So this is the 3rd new designer. and the first time using an opalescent fabric. I hadn't been drawn to the opalescent before, but I really like this. So, then we got our mirrors. So you gotta move because you're in the way. Thank you. Hi, I started two mirrors like right back to back. So we have Cathedral Woods Goddess. You can tell she's a little smaller, even though she's a little smaller than Aquabella. And she'll fit nicely on this size of board. Again, I'm having a hard time getting the metallics, and she's quite solidly metallics. There's like an antique gold and I think it's a bronze. I have the copper. You can see the copper is done. That one I could find, but the other two, the two golds that we need, I cannot get a hold. They seem to be sold out all the time. So I've been working on her. She was one of the ones that I loved. I kind of wanted to change the skin color, but I couldn't find a conversion that I liked. So she is, sorry, on Stoneware by Roxy Floss Co. DMC, Krynic, and there's two colors of watercolors or water lilies. You can see this one, variegated water lily, and then this one here. And those are the only silks I've used so far. I really love them, but silks are hard to find and they're very expensive. So I started her May 6th of this year. The last time I saw her was October 12th. So that's the first mirror that I have, and then the next one I started like right like the same similar time. The next one I had started was September's Sapphire Fairy, also by Mirabilia. I bought this beautiful fabric at Stitch North, and I thought this would work on it. I'm not sure yet if it will, but I'm going to keep doing it because I just really like the fabric. So this is her waist, and it comes down, and she's going to be a little bit bigger than Cathedral Woods Goddess because that's the middle, so she'll be going up. And this is a hand dyed by Rolanda 32 count even weave. It did not have a name. It's just greens and blues. I really thought that this would go good because of the green, but the purple is throwing me off. I don't want to UFO her, but I'm not sure about this. Because I did not make a working copy for this one, and so I've been doing it like I've been marking right on the pattern because sometimes I get impatient and I don't want to take her to the office and work to get a working copy. And because Mirabilias are a really big pain in the ass to make working copies of because of the way that the pattern is. And I'm pretty sure she's doing that on purpose so that you can't just you can't just photocopy them or share them. But at the same time, it's kind of frustrating for me because I don't like to wreck the pattern. And occasionally I've had to purchase a pattern twice to finish a pattern because it gets wrecked from folding and unfolding and folding and unfolding. So, this is the first one that I started in November. So, I'm just going by when I last touched them, I guess. This is Silver Frost. This is the first time I started in owl forest embroidery, and this is actually 3 colors. So you have this this white, which is just white blanc, and then the light blue, and then a darker blue. And the original that they do is with their own flosses, which are variegated, but they're expensive to order from Russia. So I just went. And originally I thought this wasn't going to fit on the fabric, but I think it might. Which means I still have another half of this 32 count blue, navy blue, even weave. And I got this from a local store. I don't know which does it I don't know. I know that you can tell based on the color of the selvage. It might be Witchilt. I don't know. It's probably Jobelin. So that silver hoof that I started November 19th. Last time that I recorded doing it was December 8th, but I'm sure I did it after that because I didn't remember to log in when I traveled. There it is. Then we have, while we were still doing the 40 counts, a bunch of them right in a row here. So this is No Time Like the Present, and this is the 2024 Stitch Along by Modern Folk Embroidery. This is the first time I had tried a Modern Folk Embroidery yearly stitch along, and fuck me, this was a lot more stitching than I thought it was. And I did it again, 40 count. This is January fabric of the month from Dying for Cross Stitch. Is it January? December 2023 fabric of the month. Dying for Cross Stitch 40 count Bridal. I love 40 count Bridal, but 40 count is the bane of my eyes. I love this fabric. It's so soft. It's so easy to stitch with. Again, I chose 2 different colors of DMC with a dark 3371 as my accent because I wanted my squirrels and my stag to be brown. I will keep working on it. I did put the 2024 in. Should I have? No. I'm not going to finish it in 2024. But I'm going to keep working on this and picking away at it. And I love it. But, oh my god, Jacob, that's a lot of stitching. So, the last time I brought that one out was November 11th. I worked on it for 2 days. Then Half the Fun, which I did finish in November 9th. I just didn't change it. Okay, so we'll change it to finished. Okay. I worked a little bit on the 2024 Pride Sale. I think that was when I finished March, which is the big sriracha bottle. I don't know where that is, but I have attached it to. It's in one of my project bags somewhere. That there's a few that I tried to work on. So, yeah, it's out there. It's in my stitching stash somewhere. Then we have, trying to get this. I'm trying to make it so it's not super, super long. This is going to be a longer one than I'm usually used to. So we have one that I picked up at Stitch North, which I love. This is Abalonia's Apple Trees. So I got one of the apple trees, but I still don't have my fox. She's going to be over here somewhere. This is the first project that I did for the Artsy Housewife. And this is the first thing I used um, Roxy Floss Co. floss on. So all this is Roxy Floss Co. except for this dark green, which I couldn't find a comparison. What they had in the pack was black, like a black, but I wanted it to be green. So the pattern actually said that the alternate was DMC 500, which is dark green. So where the leaves are, it's DMC, and everywhere else in the pattern, it's the black. So like up here, like a salt coat, I think it's called. This is again 40 count Speculoos by Roxy Floss Co. And all the flosses, except for the dark green, are Roxy Floss Co. flosses. And this I got at Stitch North. And I started it May 5th. So I really like it. I probably have enough fabric to do something else with. But I also really like Speculoos fabric. You'll see it in another one here. Not this next one, but the one after. So then I got a wild hair, and I found what are these red strings everywhere? I found this pattern at a craft secondhand store, which is Leela Studios Halloween Quaker. It hadn't been opened that I could tell, and so I ordered Murky by Picture This Plus, just a called for fabric, and I started it, and this is as far as I've gotten. Originally, I had the moon, which is right in the middle, but I had started it this way, and then I realized, given the pattern and 40 count, that I only needed this much fabric. So I picked out the moon, and I restarted in the corner, and I really love it. Again, it's 40 count. I like the look of 40 count. It drives my eyes crazy. This is a darker fabric, so I need much more light when I do it, but I absolutely adore this pattern. And I'm really loving all the things that I've done from Leela Studio. This is another one of the firsts. So this is my first Leela Studio, but it's not my last because I joined another round robin. That's the other thing that I need to send on. I knew I would remember. So, Leela Studio, first one, Halloween Quaker. And I started that August 9th after I found it at the secondhand craft store. And the last time I did it was October 5th. God only knows why it took me so long. Then, third thing that I have to send out. Autumn is as joyful. This is a round robin for Steph Pocket Roddy's birthday. And I was in Winnipeg when I saw this at Lizzie B's, and so I picked it up because I knew that they were going to do it, and I had already started working on the Halloween Quaker, and I thought, I love this. So I love the Halloween Quaker, so I will like this. It's got squirrels, boxes, and little black cat. Black cat! This is on Speculoos. 40 count. 40 count! Speculoos. I don't know what my brain. I love the 40 count Speculoos because it's light colored and it's easy to see. It's all DMC, and with this one I had to do, I think it was these ones, and then there's a few more things, but I numbered them on the pattern, and because everybody's doing the same pattern with the same flosses, we're just going to we're just going to exchange our work. We're going to keep our own patterns and our own flosses and just work the next sections. So, I don't know who I think I get either send to Megan. I'll have to look. But there's 4 of us in this. We're going to do, there's 16 large motifs and a bunch of small motifs. And then this one. This one I still have to finish, but I'm passing it on. I think I'm sending to Rachel or Megan. I think I'm sending to Megan. So this is ready to go for the next person to work on. That's the other thing I have to send out. So now I know. So, Tulila Studios. And I started that one a little early. I was supposed to wait. But on September 14th I started it, and the last time I worked on it was December 12th. So, put the needles back in. Moon phase. Moon phase bell pull. So, this is a stitch along where we're all stitching. This is my first Tiny Modernist was this, and I didn't get very far. I should pull it out every new moon or every full moon. I started on the new moon because new moons are for growing things. So I started it on the new moon, which was September 2nd. It's a Kaylee Tent Stitch fabric called Aurora Borealis. And I don't know why I started it there. I should have started it in the middle so that I had more of the colors, but I started it there. And I haven't gotten very far. I kept miscounting and having to pick out the moons. So I think that's probably why I was being 32 count linen Aurora Borealis. It's going to be a bell pull. I'm going to finish it as a bell pull. And I'm doing it with a number of people. I know several thousand. Several people are doing it. The Diddy Stitcher shows hers every month. And the last thing that I've started, I showed last time, is the Yule Goddess. And I haven't done very much more stitching. Yeah, I don't know why. I want to finish the skirt and this little deer guy. And she is done on a, I think it's a 32 count. It might be a 36 count. Yule wreath by Bestitch Me, and I got this 1/8 of a fabric from Megan Plexicity, and yeah, I really love her. I wanted more Christmassy things, but because I don't actually celebrate Christmas, I celebrate Yule. This is a great one. Her and Silverhoof. I started um, Silverhoof on the 19th. I started her on the 17th of November. So the only other whip I have, or 2 whips I have, are not cross stitch. So I have unhooped this because I don't know where the hoop went. The kid broke the hoop. This was my 50th birthday start, which was going to be a year-long thing, and I did not get very far. It's supposed to be embroidery that you do every day, but I did not get very far. I realized that my life is really, really boring. That's kind of what happened there. So I think I'm going to just give up on this project. I don't know where the hoop is. The hoop that I chose was way too large. It was overwhelming. It was hard to keep out of the way of the cats. They kept popping the hoop, and it was really difficult to keep up. So I have decided to UFO this and maybe try again with a smaller project, with a smaller hoop. It is not as overwhelming because a 14-inch hoop was way too big. The last thing was one that I started 2 days ago, and that will be black work. So this is, what is it called? Flower a Day. It's by the Steady Needle, Steady Thread, and let's see, Fuck the Tories from Helen, from the Ditty Stitcher that I got. I'd originally done a bunch of rows of the outline, and then I realized that I wanted to put in my year. So I chose five colors, and that is to do with the tarot, because this is my tarot stitch along. So purple, this purple is my major arcana color. Yellow is my wands, I think. Yeah, my wands color. Again, the purple, the blue cups, red. Oh no, yellow is swords, sorry. Wands and pentacles. So every day I'm going to draw a card, and then based on the card, I'm going to put in that flower motif in those colors. And if it's a reversal, I'll probably put a black, like a little X in the middle. If there's a middle, like usually the flowers have a middle, so I'll put like a little X or a little. And if I do a, sometimes I actually don't just draw one card, I do a whole spread. So if I do a spread, I'm probably going to use like a dark gray to denote that this is a spread. I would try silver, but silver does not show up very well. And so I have not started my other black work from the Steady Thread. I'm doing the 2025 weekly stitch along, which is 30 or 52 weeks of different circles, and I'm doing the Celtic knotwork version, but it took me a long time to find this. I think it's Charles Craft. It's whatever you can get at Michael's in a tube. So it's 18 count Ada, and I generally don't like Ada, and I would have preferred like a neutral gray color or something, but I had to use what I could get a hold of because I wanted to start right away rather than filming this. So this one is, I'm going to finish all of the outlines. I hope. That's what I've been working on. I had to pull it out twice because I was off by a few squares. And so, yeah, I think it'll look good. The other option that they did, this is one that they recommended that you could use for a temperature cell. And the other one was the Tree of Life Organic that works as a temperature cell. I might eventually do that one as well because I really like the temperature cell. But I want something different every year. So this will be a square, kind of, actually a hexagon when it's done. I showed a picture of what it would look like finished last time. So yeah, that's the beginning of it. And I started that 2 days ago. So on December the 27th when I got home. And the only other thing I have to show, because my family does not know what to do with this needlework stuff. So they don't gift me needlework stuff for Christmas or Yule, but I did order the before the strike started. I ordered 2 fabrics from Kaylee Tent Stitch. So this is what is this? Pado Lake 32 count for a fancy lady. And my first piece of Easy Grid. This is 28 count Easy Grid. And this will be, sorry, I will be doing Van Gogh Never Saw Gallifrey on this when I get all the DMCs. This will be my very first time using Easy Grid, and my very first time doing a full coverage. And I'm going to do a full coverage of that in my bag from Genevieve Jasmine's Custom Bags. My Doctor Who with extra cat hair bag. So yeah, those are my immediate plans, which will be thrown right out the window as soon as I find something else that I want to do, because that's kind of how it works. And that is it. This is the longest one that I've done for probably a year. Again, if you want if you want the fabric for the carbon copy, if anyone wants that, if they're willing to work on it, I will I will cut it in half and send it to you. Just let me know down below. My email is just hobbiesandhyperfocus@gmail.com. Other than that, I will see you in the new year. See you later. Bye.